Hi, I'm Jessica Morrod from the Genius Equation, and so far I've shared with you tip number 1, which was all about getting out of your normal environment to be inspired. Tip number 2, remember, was all about chunking. Do you work at a fine detail or at a big picture level? And how can you get that level right so that you can create endless streams of content to share with your audience? Tip number 3 is all about how you can use your clients or your conversations with them to get inspiration for creating that endless stream of content that you want to share with your audience and making it highly relevant to them too. Because as I've already mentioned, the chances are if one person is asking you that question, chances are that many other people would also really love the answer to that too. And they're probably already in your audience. And if not, it might bring them to your audience. So, how did I get 23 posts out of just one client call? Well, I make sure whenever I have a client call or if I'm having a conversation to just quickly take a note of anything. Key is always to have some sort of recording device. If it's a pen and pencil, your phone, whatever works for you, seriously, it doesn't matter. And this isn't about creating perfect content, it's jotting down the ideas. It doesn't even matter if the title's right or wrong, it's just the ideas. So my quick challenge for you now is to pause the video again and just spend a couple of minutes writing down as many ideas as you can based on the content that I've already shared with you. I reckon you should at least be able to get 5, and if you can get more, then great. Okay, welcome back. How many ideas did you come up with just from this video alone? And imagine, what would you be able to do if you were doing the same process for a whole hour's conversation or a whole day? I mean, how many ideas do you think you could come up with in a day if you just made a note of the questions you ask, the questions you get asked, and the things that inspire you or make you laugh or intrigue you, or the thoughts that you have in your own mind? The key, as always, is to make sure you've got some way of recording it. And the other key is to just let go of the outcome. Don't worry about what you're going to create or how you're going to create it or when you're going to create it. Just jot down the idea. So that's it for these 3 tips. But just a quick recap before we go. Tip number 1 was to get out and explore a new environment. Go somewhere that inspires you. Leave your normal working environment and seek creativity and inspiration in another source. Tip number 2 was to look at what level you're chunking at. Are you big picture, fine detail? And how could you adjust that to make sure you've got that endless stream of great content to share with your audience? And finally, tip number 3 was to use what you already have. Use your clients, use your friends, use your conversations. Use the things that inspire you and the things that you say and do that inspire other people. And even the simplest things can be inspiring to someone else because maybe they haven't thought of it yet, even if it seems really obvious to you. In fact, that's quite likely. Remember what I said, blogging content is a bit like inspirational stand-up comedy. It's about taking a new perspective on the everyday and sharing it in a way that hadn't occurred to someone. Who knows what genius you might spark off in someone else. If you've enjoyed this content and you like more of it, come over and join us on Facebook where I share some great content. And also click on the link below and sign up for my regular email tips. Take care and speak to you soon. Bye.